What's going on, guys? So today on this Shoki third-party Transformers review, we're going to be taking a look at a new company, which they've started to do something that nobody else has done, except for, Takara. They're just trying to do a thing. And it's the Moon Studios MS-02 Iceland. And this was the first of their 6 train bots that will build up to become Radiatron, otherwise known as Raiden or Raiden. And why are we looking at the second one? Well, for some reason that one got released first. Don't know why. Shipping problems. This one is Iceland, the green one. Yeah. I'll put his real name on the screen here because I can't remember the actual original Japanese name for the characters. I'm not going to be able to keep that. There's one that I will definitely remember because it's also my name. Alright, so nice image here. Green swooshiness coming down here. You got train mode, you got bot mode, glowy eyes, which is weird because his eyes aren't yellow. And Iceland, and says something. And then here, once again, scale 1 to 1. That's pretty close, yes. And then all the stuff down there. Once again, yellow eyes. They have to change something since making the packaging. Alright, and then you come back here, you got a obligatory front and rear shot. You got combined mode, and then 2 different shots of the train, both with armament and without, and then tracks that, well, we don't get. Those appear to be Legos, though. Somebody did say that Lego tracks would work. That seems to be correct, though. Those do look like tracks, Lego tracks. You got all your warnings here. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, I like this. Some poses may require additional support. Yes. Prototypes, final products color may vary, which is true because, like I said, the eyes. Weird. Collectible items 16 and up. Hey, I'm right in the middle of that. And not suitable for children under 3 years old. Aww. Choking hazard. Oh, that's a fair point. Okay. Ooh, look over here. Yes. Yes. Train. It's a train. Okay, cool. That's it for box. There's the train mode, which is pretty freaking cool. And for comparison, here it is with little mini Optimus Prime. So that's fun. And you do actually get weapon storage while in train mode. You can take the actual gun. See, look, every time you touch that, it just pushes in. He has this little spot right here and tabs on the side of the gun. And you can insert your gun into it, but it does not stay. It used to. It really did. But I guess after the first time of pushing this into there for combined mode, it no longer has the ability to hold your gun in place. I mean, just barely. I mean, yeah, it's just not going to do it. Unfortunately, that's the thing. But he does have a big 5mm port on the roof. So you can plug your gun in like that. Or you take the big giant gun and do that to the roof, which is pretty damn cool. And I believe you can technically plug this into the side like that, which is technically also for combined mode, but that's how that works. And I didn't show it off, but the 2 weapons actually do combine. So you grab your post, you insert it, and you rotate, and that will tab in. You get one ginormous gun, and you can do it that way. You don't use a tab for that, actually, but you can do that this way. If you pull out the post for holding, you can plug that in there. No 5mm ports on the side. There we go. But you can kind of... Will this work? No, that doesn't work. This is how it plugs in combined mode. You'll see that in a different video. I'm not going to do combined mode in this video. This is already a long enough one. Hold on. I'm going to get under here. Give me a second. I'm going to use one panel to try to fix the other panel. It's annoying me. It's really annoying me. That's how I can tell, like, one little thing must be out of alignment because certain things are just not wanting to line up. Even though I had the least amount of problems with these things here that I've ever had, there's still issues with making sure stupid stuff is aligned properly. But once again, train mode, perfectly good. Gotta love it. Whew. Oh, and finally, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, that he does come with car connectors. So these are magnetic, and then they hitch together like that. I think these might be kind of a standard deal for model trains. I'm not sure. And you come back here, and you plug that in to right there. Now, I'm very wary of this, and I may wait essentially until I get all of them to really do this, but here's another set, and you can see they're broken. So these are the ones, more or less, that came with Dark Knight, and actually removing them from Dark Knight is what broke them. And I think it's just because his, whatever that peg is on his, is just a little bit more robust, or there's a less area for removal. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to show how to connect, because one of these is just strong enough. So that's how you connect that guy there. Hold on. Let me. There. And so the trains will all be able to connect to each other. But like I said, I'm down one there, technically speaking. But in theory, so there's 6 of them. I'll only need 4 sets, because the one at the end and the one at the front won't need anything. So hopefully by the end I will be good enough on that. So yeah, this is going to be a fun one, and it's the first time I'm buying a combiner set like this individually instead of buying one whole set together. And they're not cheap, but they're also not expensive. So for a bot this size, you know, we're looking at $110 thereabouts, and I think all of them cost the same, depending on where you get them from. I got mine from BBTS, TF Source, and Chosen Prime also have them. I'm sure there's plenty of other places you can still get them. They do sell out now because reviews have been raving, and you know, so don't miss out on them if you really want this set. I wasn't super interested in it, but I do like trains, and it is a Zeta-esque combiner, so I'm excited. And like I said, I'll show off combine mode for when we actually get all of them together. Alright guys, so this is just a little add-on chunk to the main review, because, you know, it's actually been a couple days. But I did go and find the actual Lego Tracks set, and this is just a Lego City train set. I picked it up at Target for 20 bucks. It comes with more than this, but this is all the section I need. So this is actually what they show on the box that to use for the train. So this is actually me for the first time trying to figure it out. Let's line up the wheels, and oh, I'll be damned. Hold on. Let's see. Is it actually working? I can't see. Well, that's what it showed it doing. Okay. Oh yeah, it works. You just gotta get it right. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Will it fit on just? Oh, neat. Okay, so I can get it on just 2 sections. But if you want it to, you can have it like so. And because I think for a while I might actually keep these guys in train mode, I think I'll do that. But I just wanted to show this off. Just to show that it works. Of course, you do have to balance it just right, but it does work, in fact. Now, I don't know if this actually is in particular scale to anything else. I heard people say something about HO scale, stuff like that. And in the second train bot video, I will try to include the 2 trains connected and going down a longer section of track to see if they actually will stay together and go around bends. See if you actually really get that playability out of the trains. So, come back for that on the Dark Knight review that's coming back later. You know, things such, you know. All right, guys. So let's transform the train boy here. And well, hell, his wheels are already folding up. That's not supposed to happen. So that is meant to keep this from. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe it's meant to be. Maybe that's meant to actually be pushed all the way back to here to keep it straight. I've got it. Oh, yeah, that makes way more sense. I'm an idiot. Okay. So, yeah, if you push it all the way to there, yeah, that keeps it from folding in entirely. Still folds, but not as bad. And this one is so freaking tight. Like it's killing the tip of my spudger. Good God. So, that's the thing. You can move them with your fingers, you know, but sometimes it's easier. Don't use your fingernail to do it, though. I'll tell you that right now. Alright, so fold up the wheels. On the back. You do the same thing on the front. Yeah, it never occurred to me that I need to push those further out. My bad. It would probably work a little bit better. Okay, so let's... There we go. And we're going to go ahead and pop that open. Wait, do I have to... I just thought about something. No, I just did the thing. Never mind. Okay, so pop that open away from itself, and then close up the wheels, and then, well, those are meant to fold out as they are. Like that's that. There we go. Why is it holding on? There we go. Get it to move. Just break it loose, essentially. Now, most of the complicated part is all up here in the nose section, as we saw before. Let's see here. We just want to pop the roof open. Come back here, Spudger. Okay, pop the roof open all the way. And I'm guessing there was something going on with the way I had things hinged, which is why it wouldn't sit right. So let's just flip this all the way open. And need to just fold that under. This is actually one of the more annoying things, so when you pick it up, that wants to fold under. And forgive me if I'm not looking at the camera to see that everything is happening where it's visible. I apologize if it's not. You can bend this in the middle. Okay. That is something I did not have a problem with when transforming to train mode. So this has been an issue with this guy since the beginning. It didn't break. It popped off that ball joint. And it has been a problem. Like, it has been a repeated problem since I got this guy out of the box. And the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure I saw somebody else review it who had the exact same issue. Like, it just kept popping off. And then, you know, it's hard to fucking get it on there. It's a super tight joint. And it's two square edges meeting up to each other. So, that's the problem. But it can be very easily reattached, much like I just did. And, you know, that's ultimately you want it to be turned around like that. So on this side, it is tabbed together this way. And kind of get that out of there. The other thing is also up here, it tends to be an issue. So, see, that one I was able to safely turn. And let's see here. Odds are it's going to pop off too. I'm not going to lie. It's probably going to pop off. But I'll leave that for now since it's not connected to anything. And we'll come up to the front and we want to disconnect the two halves of the front of the train. And there, you just sort of pry it right down the middle between the legs. And get some nice separation going. Come up here to the roof. Split that as well. There. And then actually, you can just... Actually, you're not going to collapse that. What am I thinking? That's... Once again, sometimes I get the combine mode confused with what I need to do for individual train mode. Okay, so that wants to flip around like so. Actually, mostly you want it out of the way. Okay, easiest way to describe this. We're going to blow out this side, we're going to blow out this side, and we're going to fold everything in on itself to the best of our abilities. It's literally what we're going to do. So, come into here, and let's see, where's the best place to start? Maybe back here. So all of this is plugged in from here. So you want to sometimes it's not a problem. Other times it's just all problem. And I don't know why there is an in-between. There shouldn't be, but there is. Oh, hey, prying the nose open will help. There we go. So, look, you can open up the nose. That gives you some leverage. And then you can swing this out for more space. And then that part will swing in like so. Collapse that down, fold that in. Grab this part, swish it around, and kind of just collapse it like so. The nose, you need to flip in and around, and then it will basically collapse like that. You need space, and I'm going to pull out the foot, which is on a ball joint / double hinge. Flip it, not flip it, what am I thinking? Rotate it like that, and then the toe will come up and out on a double hinge, and then just sort of set the foot aside. There's a tab that lines up with the rod here. I believe it should be die cast if it isn't. Okay, and then the train wheels need to flip in like so. So all these tabs are facing this way. The hardest part is this right here with the windscreen, because I can't ever seem to determine the best way to do this. So you got to rock that back for clearance, and then you need to fold this in like so. And then you got to bring this down. You got this tab here that will tab in. Is it right there? I think it's right there. Yep, right to there. And clean up the roof. Go ahead and close this. I'm going to swing. So you got all of this inside here. Go ahead and swing this around. And there's posts that will plug in over here. And actually you can leave this closed and it will solidify up against things over there properly. Find its home on the other side. Kind of squish it together to the best of your ability. Make sure everything is lined up properly. Then the side panel here will close. You got tab here and slot there that will align over here. That will help hold all that together. And then you bring down, or let's see, the green panel here just folds in a little bit. Let's get the foot out of the way just for a second here. The roof panel here comes down, and you want it to tab in right there. And then the green panel will line up with it on this side. Straighten out your foot. Up. That is a problem right there. That is definitely a problem. You know, making sure everything is goodly aligned is generally a problem. See, like this isn't coming in all the way, and I'm not sure why. Feels like something isn't 100% on the inside there. Maybe it's the nose. No, the nose is in the right spot. Oh, it just freed up a little more space. There we go. There we go. So you want to make sure everybody is in exactly the right spot, and then it will close up properly. And it's not easy. I'm not going to lie. It's just not the easiest thing in the world to do. So that's one leg done. You know, it's really funny. I thought the second guy, you know, the one we're going to look at next time, is actually the more problematic one. I don't think it is. I think this one is. So once again, we can pull the nose out on that double hinge. That gives us room to come inside here and untab everybody. Swing this out wide. And here's one thing I'm talking about here. So you see this little bitty tab right here. If you bring the foot out, which why it's getting hung on anything, I don't know. And then you rotate it, you see slot right there. It will tab in right there. Grab your toe, double hinge it out, adjust it like so, and then we can just leave the foot open. Grab the wheel section, bring it all the way in, no big deal. So this part is essentially done. Come over here to the greeny part, and that's gonna collapse in like that. Flip this in, rotate that 180, and do that number. Nose, cone, flip around, bring it in, tuck it up tight. So it's like so. Roof time. So this is also the other problem I have. So flip this up. The windscreen itself, you can see, rotates like so. So you have to get that clear of this, and then you can fold it back in on itself to the best of your ability. Okay, and then we need it to come, hold on, let me get that out of the way, come down, which isn't doing its thing. There we go. Just every little bit needs a tiny bit of clearance. That tabs into there. Go ahead and straighten out the windshield once again, like that. Okay, so we will close this so you can see how everything is aligning on the inside, or at least how it should be. And let's see, we got a tab there, we got posts, we got a tab here, we got a post. It's going to go over to here. Okay, so that was a little cleaner than it was on the other side. Now, this is the thing. You can either have this panel open or close. When you do that, if you close it in, it will lock into place regardless because of the way you swing it in. Otherwise, you got to do it this way, which is a little harder, if I'm honest with you, but it'll go. So there we go. That's all that done. Fix this panel. And once again, I want to push this in, tab that into place there, tab it into place down here. And then we're going to close this panel in, bring the gray part down, tab will line up there, this section will line up here. It actually ends up locking into place on that little strut tower there. And then your green pieces just align. And then just play with your foot however you need to get it lined up properly. Like so. Now you can also unlock the foot for a little more room, like that. You know, if things are a little tight. But the funny part is, it was fine. Something happened about the third time I transformed it, and it just didn't want to foot properly, if that makes sense. Like, between the foot and the panels on the legs, something just decided to no longer want to stay as it was. Okay. You know, I was thinking we were running really done. We're not. Okay. Green panels here. I'll raise the camera back up. Come up here. Green panels here. I'm actually running out of time on the camera. Pull this out just a hair, like so. We want to come up and under the roof panel where it tabs together, like so. Go ahead and fold that up and out of the way, where that reveals the chest. And then what we can do, go ahead and grab this side panel, swing it up and out. It is tabbed into the side of the robot. And just sort of get it out past the little green section here. So that will free up our arms here in a second. So we need to come to here and flip that out, which is wonderful to have that kind of clearances. Pop that open, and now we got the backpack free. So go ahead and untab it. And then we want to close this up, and then close this up. Nope, I think I got it backwards. Close that, and then this. Yeah, sorry. That's easy enough to get confused. And then back here, we got this sliding hinge. Slide it out. Flip all of this in and down. Flip this up, and then collapse. Super duper easy. Okay, so now we got to do the arms, which is where things get a little hairy. Hairy arms. I want to bring this down at the same time. We need a clearance past this, and I need to rotate the shoulder so that it's now vertical. So let's do that again on this side. Down, rotate. Now we're good. All right. So split the arm. No, I'm sorry. Flip the hand up first. Forgot. Different robot. Flip your hands up. I'm going to do one arm at a time. This time I can do both. Like so. Then split the arm like that. Get this up and out of the way. And then we got a double hinge down here that will roll around and tabs in down there. Same thing on this side, rolls around, tabs in down there, and then vashunk and vashunk. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about with these ankles. Now it's wonky. It wasn't really that wonky before. Now it is. Okay, we're almost done. Home stretch here. Shoulders down. Pull this up, but you have to slide it over. So it's on a sliding pin. Oh, this isn't a problem. Why is it being a problem? There we go. Then close that up. Slide it over. That one didn't have a problem. Arms done. Open the chest. Flip up the head. Close chest. Situate that. Backpack. That wasn't all the way sound. Now it's good. All right. And there is our Iceland boy. Done and done. And here we go. There is Mr. Iceland. Like you do. Pretty cool. So, big old bot. They are MP size proper, which means he's just a hair too tall for me to be able to reach effectively. And yeah, pretty cool. He's mostly painted, or at least he has a metallic clear coat over certain things. Like this whole area here looks like it's molded in this kind of brownish grayish plastic, but these vents here are actually painted separately, it looks like. And then of course here, everything has some metallic finish to it one way or another. The thighs are painted and die cast, which is nice. Come around to the back. Not a whole lot of kibble on the back side. Just a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Very minimal backpack, which is huge compared to certain other companies who are also making this set of combiners. Yeah, it looks good. And we'll come up here. Check out that face. Let me see if I can get some light. Look, I gotta redirect my lights because it's a tall thing now. Alright. Alright, nice face sculpt there. He's doing a weird thing with his lips, kind of. They look like they're slightly parsed. Looks like he's whistling. Just kind of tell if that's just the metallic paint doing that or not. But I believe like the green are probably just raw plastic, and then the silver here, and then the blue visor is painted. That's pretty good. Ball joint mounted, so plenty of motion. And then if you have it ever so slightly unpegged, you could get a little bit of up and down more if you needed to. Come on, focus. Come on, focus. There we go. Okay. Chest. Got some nice yellow and red stuff there, set in a deeper gunmetal-y black area. The yellow is ever so slightly chipped for some reason. I don't know how or why. And one thing that is neat, I'm going to show you this, guys, because I figured it out the other day. That is actually a translucent piece. And if you have any Planet X LEDs, they will fit in there. You have to finagle some stuff to get it to work, but you could technically light up his chest if you want. But even inside here, you've got some nice decorative stuff. Not so much on here. They didn't really consider that. That actually needs to be tightened up just a hair, but you know, we got a lot of die cast. Like this is die cast. Like I said, the thighs are die cast. Trying to figure torso. Nope, that's plastic. Okay. But yeah, so they try to put a lot of weight where it's going to be necessary, especially considering he's a leg bot. All right, so for the arms, nice big panel here. It flops around a little bit. You do get a up and down butterfly, which is nice. Of course, mostly for transformation's sake. And then if you turn the arm that way, you can get a little bit more in and out. You can go all the way around, which is nice. It can tilt, and if you pull up the top of the shoulder, you can get a little more out to the side. Just fine and dandy. Nice molded, stop that. Nice molded detail here on the shoulders. We get some double jointed elbowry here. The bottom elbow is the harder one. There we go. So it gets a little hung up, but you can use it. What you don't want to do is accidentally end up popping this section loose when you're just flexing the elbow. You also get bicep rotation, which works fine. Silver painted pistons, and then you get individually articulated fingers. So they all have one knuckle, and then the bottom knuckle, which is just on a little ball joint down there. So pretty much just semi-articulated typewriter fingers. It's fine. And then a big old thummy thumb here on the same kind of hinge slash ball joint there. All good. You can rotate him at the waist. It will pop the backpack loose, but you can do it. That's good. And he does actually have an ab crunch, which you have to come back here. Don't have a spudger handy. I thought I had one here on the desk. There it is. Underneath Optimus Prime, go figure. So you got this little black piece right up under here. And you can pop that loose, and now you have an ab crunch that works. I mean, it's a little loose, but, you know, it can do the thing. I'm going to zoom out all the way. There we go. So that's pretty cool. And the fact that it locks in place for other purposes is great. Side skirts are great. Front skirts, you're a little stiff. I don't think I was going to go too much further. No, I would not push that. Obviously no real rear skirts, but you got ratcheted hips. Okay, is that as far as it goes? Oh, no way. So that'll go up to there. No ratchets out to the side. Just friction, but it feels fine. Feels like it's contacting a little bit there, so just be careful. Got thigh rotation. It's actually down here, or down here-ish, but it's hidden behind the thigh. That's good. You get a knee bend, which is incredibly tight and scares the hell out of me. Yeah, so single knee bend. And then this part, really be careful of this. You don't want to be like dragging your thumb on it or something and cause it to snap. Okay, you technically get another bend, but that's for transformation. Otherwise it's molded into the thigh. And there's the inside of the leg. Looks nice. Bottom of the feet, got some extra paint, little thrusters. That's good. Come down to the ankles. And you got a little bit of a swivel. You got ankle tilt up and down, ankle tilt this way. You can collapse it further, put it up like that, get some extra height. The toe moves a little bit, it's nothing too crazy, but you can also just Try to get it to sit all the way down. So there's your basic, very basic level of movement there, if you're so inclined. Let's see. So what's going on? Something's being a butt on this side for some reason. This one doesn't want to sit flat for whatever reason. Yeah, so there you go. Even with the ankle tilt there, you're still fine. Like, so these guys have a tiny bit of variance when it comes to their height if you just play with the feet a little bit. Okay. Whose leg is in a weird spot? Okay. There we go. You gotta finagle him ever so slightly just to get him to be good. Once I started playing with the feet after the last time I transformed him, and then it just never felt comfortable again for some reason. I don't know what. See, like here, look, why is he leaning back? It's really strange. Okay, so get a minor A stance, turn the legs, stay. All right, so for a quick comparison, there he is next to Wally. You know, pretty good sized bot. And here he is next to New Age Megatron. So you can see how big these MP bots can get, you know. And I don't really own any other MP bots that are remotely in bot mode except for Grimlock, and he's tied up at the moment. Alright, so you also do get weapons. So you get a nice little gun for him. It's not bad. Pretty much just this molded dark gray with metallic paint coat or a clear coat. Maybe a little bit of black paint there, and then some red detailing work. Not gonna lie, looks like I made it. Big old tabby tabs here, slot that corresponds to hand, very much like all MPs tend to do. And then just close your fingers around it as best you can. And now he's got his epic gun. Yeah, it's a good weapon. I don't mind it. He also comes with the Ginormal Cannon. That's what I'm calling it. So this is basically just for combined mode or vehicle mode. That's not included. And, you know, two really big cannons, some nice molded detail there, some nice textures going on here. I wish this had any paint on it. Like, it could have used red in any number of these places and really make it look badass. Now, for the most part, it's for combined mode, as it acts, I guess, as part of the foot or maybe a thruster or something. But they do give you a fold-out handle, if you're so inclined. You can give it to them as a normal gun, because why not, right? Come on, get up in there. There we go. And he can hold it. It just weighs a lot. And the handle doesn't really sit flat, but you can hold the dang thing, you know. I'll take you all on, you know. So. Alright, guys. So, final thoughts wise, you know, it's a pretty cool bot. Train mode is actually pretty nice. The fact that we can use those Lego tracks is interesting, to say the least. The only thing I really have a problem with is these very limited ankles. I mean, you can drop it down like I showed, and I don't like it because then it screws up the height of the character. But I mean, you have articulation, just how it wants to be used. The fact that you have the locking torso bend is one thing, and also these knees scare me. The way they function is just strange. So I don't know what to do with that ultimately. But it's a great looking figure, technically completely painted, even though most of that is just clear coat, not actual paint. There's a couple weird clearance issues, like here in the thighs, where the things will have to tab in a different mood. I'm dropping that in now. And basically, clearances is generally the problem, whether that's clearances for tabbing stuff together, like here on the legs, that used to feel super secure and tight, now are a little wonky, or having to push things around an edge that you're really scared to do, such as transforming the arms, which is really weird. Now, somehow this chest got a little scraped up. I didn't do anything. There's nothing that can possibly touch that, so that does suck a little bit. Also, the fact that I'm missing a window panel, and that just happened. Like, I had no control over that. It was just freaking gone. So that's one QC issue. You know, be wary of that. But otherwise, pretty solid figure. Looks really good. I'm excited for the set, you know, even to the point that, of course, you know, next up we have the other guy. I forgot to mess with his hand here. The only thing, I might have an issue. Well, I might have to tighten his hand up. That looks like that's splitting a little bit. Where's my tiny screwdriver? I thought I had it over here. Where'd it go? I had it tighten. There it is. So here's one thing, and guys, just so you know, obviously the way I shoot these reviews is done concurrently. So you'll see something in the Dark Knight review involving a screwdriver. So, but yeah, it's still pretty cool. And I'll cover the combined mode and how to turn it into the leg later when we actually get the rest of the train bots in, or at least once I have the crotch section, because that's going to be pretty important to that. Also, I had to shoot this video way out of order, so if there's some strange continuity errors, that is what it is. You know, apologies. But it's a cool looking set. It's a little weird, you know, because it's very Japanesey, but I really do dig it. When it comes to like the use of the Lego train tracks, you'll see more of that later. So yeah, but ultimately cool set. I do recommend it if you can get your hands on it. You might have to wait till another release. The only other thing is I wish this had some paint on it. You know, add some red detailing to this would be great. But other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one. And remember, as always, keep on nerding.